All right, ready to play some Inside Pitched Advanced. We have opening day in 1964 for Washington and Los Angeles. The Angels won this game 4-0 in real life on April 13th, 1964. And McBride pitched 6 1/3, and Navarro pitched the rest of the game for the save. Osteen lost it, although he didn't pitch badly. 7 innings, 3 runs. So let's see, were there any home runs? Doesn't look like there were any home runs in the game. Some extra base hits, but no homers. And Angels scored 1 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and 1 in the eighth. And the Senators only got 1 hit in the game. So we will see what happens in the replay. We got Claude Osteen on the mound. And Albie Pearson is at the plate. Obviously, we have no stats since this is opening day. Let's see, DC Stadium, we got -1 for Ks, but we got +3 for walks. So, and it looks like you can rob home runs in all three fields. So this should be interesting. Defense for the most part looks okay, except Brinkman is a 2 at short, so we'll see if that becomes a problem for them. And let's get started with some IPA. Here we go. Osteen face 31. This is 64, so these guys could pitch for a while. Pearson is lefty, and it looks like a base hit, automatic single right there. Past first base. So he's on, and we're already getting a sack. So we'll go ahead and do it. See what happens. Getting a sack right off the bat. They're trying to jump out to an early lead. And we're going to get a range play. Unsuccessful range play by Bill Scourin, the game tells me. So great bunt, everyone safe with a single. So that's great, except what do I just click on bunt, I think. So there we go. First and second. Nobody. I've done so little bunting in IPA that I would have been struggling in the charts on that one. But all right, first and I don't know how to even do range plays on bunts. I know there's a separate chart for range play fail and success on bunts. So first and second, nobody out for Jim Fregosi. I'll have to check that out in case that comes up in my games. We're going to get another range play, a range play 13, and that's a 12. And there's a G6, and there's Brinkman. Right away, they find Brinkman and his 2. So let's see what happens with Brinkman's 2 range. And he makes it with the 8 because they're the home team. So Brinkman does get the advantage of being home. So he's a 1, 2, or 8. And the 8 is successful. So now we're going to have a double play.
Terrific play.
But a 9 is going to come up short. It's going to be a fielder's choice. So it'll be first and third, 1 out for Joe Adcock. It's early. I'm going to play back early. I'm just going to try and get the double play. First and third, 1 out. We don't want a big inning. We got question marks for a righty, and 15 is going to be a home run check. So let's do the math on this before we continue. There are men on base, and oh wow, Osteen is a +7 with men on base. And Adcock for a lefty homer is 14. So doing the math, this looks like it's going to be a home run for Joe Adcock, and it is a home run. The new D20 was a 13, and Joe Adcock in the first inning has just hit.
It may go! Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! It's a home run!
So they have jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Yeah, Osteen with a +7 with men on base. It's a -4 empty, but that +7 is going to hurt him. And Lee Thomas will bat now. It's 3-0 right off the bat. Literally. And there's a K chance, but that looks like it's going to miss because he's a 8 -1 is a 7. And we got a star 6. That's the grounded to short. So 2 out now for Buck Rogers in the 21st century. That is going to be another range play. Wow. A lot of range plays here in 64. This is a left-hand batter, is a G3. So he is a 4, and the 4 is successful for Scourin.
Terrific play.
So he's able to make that range play. So they finally get out of the first, but that 3-run homer, it's 3-0, bottom 1. Now, Ken McBride, who can only face 23 batters, so he might not be more than a 5 or 6 inning pitcher in this game. He's -2 +3, so he's also not great with runners on, but not the +7 that we just saw. So Don Blasting Game will lead it off, and that is an auto out right off the bat. Grounded to first. Bring up Eddie Brinkman, who had the benefit. Oh, there's a home run chance, right-handed, but he's only a 6. Empty -2 is not going to be good enough, so Brinkman doesn't get it. He got the benefit of that home 8 on the range play, but he's going to get a base hit here. So he's on first with 1 out. No strategy for Chuck Hinton. And that's a blank on McBride. And against a righty, that's a fly to center. So 2 out, and that'll bring up Muscow. And now we're going to the ballpark for the first time. Right-handed hitter on the splits, but a base hit, straight base hit. And here, 6, but not enough. First and second, 2 out for Jim King. No strategy. McBride in a little bit of trouble here. And that is going to be a pickoff at the ballpark. So let's see, the pickoff number is a 20, so there's no pickoff. So we're going to go to the ballpark for a lefty batter. And that's just a fly to center. So they get out of the inning. We go top 2. Osteen's going to try and settle down here, pitching to Dick Simpson. And he strikes him out, 1 out. That's a good way to settle down.
He struck him out.
And I'll bring up Bobby Knopp. And that is not going to be a strikeout. The 20 is too high. And there's a fly to center, 2 out. And then McBride will be up. The pitch is hitting here in 64, of course. And that is going to be a strikeout. So Osteen gets 2 out of 3 strikes. And we're going to go to the bottom of the second. Don Locke will lead it off. Washington trying to get something going here. Wild is a blank. Nobody's on base. And a fly to center. 1 out. Ken Witzer. He is lefty, so that is blank. And that's just a liner to first. 2 out. And that'll bring up John Kennedy. And that's an auto out. So an easy inning in the second for McBride. We go top 3. Pearson
Have
back,
you picked your
leading,
designated driver?
Second time Pearson's got to lead off in this game. He's 1 for 1. Question marks lefty 18 too much, so it's a blank. And we got an auto out, and that's a grounder to short, looks like. 1 out. Brings up Billy Moran. And that's a wild blank. Base. And a liner to short. 2 out. So that brings up Jim Fregosi. And we got a blank. And a fly to left. An easy inning. We go bottom 3. Osteen will get his first AB. And that is not going to be a range play. 18's too much. And there's a fly to left. Bring up Blasting Game. Possible error on a booted ball, so let's see what we get here. Base hit to left, so yeah, base hits to the outfield. This will be, but Pearson's a 0, so no error. First, 1 out. No strategy for Brinkman. And we have a righty is a K chance, but 17 is going to be too much, so he's going to roll on Brinkman. And we got a fly to left. 2 out for Hinton. No strategy on this play. And that's a K chance, but a 12 is too big. 64 baseball, so guys put the ball in play. But that's an auto out. So that's a fly to center. And we're going to go to the top of the 4th, the 3-run home run. He runs in the game so far. And it's the man who did it, Joe Adcock. Leading it off. And that's a blank. And that's just a grounder to short. Brinkman takes care of that. 1 out. Bring up Thomas. K chance too much. No strikeout. And that is an auto out. That's a grounder to first. To Scourin. Bring up Rogers. 2 out. Blank. This game's moving along. And that's a star 7 fly to center. So we go bottom 4. Moose Skowron leads it off against Ken McBride. And he is going to avoid the strikeout because of the 16. And that is an RS7. There were no runners in scoring position, so that's just a base hit to left field for Skowron. Runner on first. Nobody out for Jim King. No strategy. And we get, again, for a lefty, that is a home run chance for a lefty. Against a righty, he's a 14, men on plus 3, 17. The 8's going to be a home run, and it looks like Washington's back in this game. Jim King.
Swing a long drive. This ball is out of here.
Jim King makes it 3-2. We got a ball game. Nobody out and on lockup. And there is a K chance against a righty. -1 is going to miss. And there is an auto out. Grounded to second. 1 out. Bring up Retzer. And, oh, we got an EDO. We got an EDO. So someone's going to drop the ball. And, oh, a hit by pitch. So much for dropping a ball. So we had the EDO. You don't get that too often, and we get a HBP out of it. So runner on first, 1 out, no strategy for Kennedy. And there's a possible error on a booted ball. And now we got a power result to right. Righty 1 is a single. To right is going to be a chance at a booted ball. What is that? I can't see an 8, and it is an error with a 7. So 2-base error. White D8 6 is greater than the outfielder's arm rating, so we get a 2-base error. And it's all tied up at 3. And Kennedy gets all the way to third base.
Clap your hands.
1 out will bring the infield in with the pitcher up. He's going to swing. Runner on third, 1 out. Infield in. And lefty is a blank. And that is a star 7 fly to center. His not surprisingly, his sac fly roll fails. But we get an advance on the chart, on the BR chart. So he scores. And they take a 4-3 lead. Osteen gets the sac fly RBI. 2 out, nobody on now. But McBride has coughed up the lead, and that's going to be a strikeout. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th now with Washington up 4-3. We got a good game going here. Osteen's back in it. Helped himself with the sac fly, and he gets himself a strikeout to start the 5th. Bobby Knopp. Blank. And that is going to be a fly to center against the lefty. So McBride will bat. And he is going to not strike out with the 16. What is his BK? He has no BKN either, so no strikeout. And that is a ground to third. So we go bottom 5. All of a sudden, Washington with a 4-3 lead. McBride can still face 4 batters, so we'll see if he can at least get through the 5th, and then we'll see. Wild is a blank. Ed Brinkman is up. And that is an NS6, but there is no one in scoring position. His N number is a 10. That's a 3, so this S6 is going to be an out. It's going to be a G6. He turns that S6 into a G6. And there is 1 out for Hinton. So there's an N number that came into play, and it was successful for the pitcher. Now we have no range play. 13 is too big for the 11, but a base hit. Runner on first, 1 out from Skowron. Right down to 2 batters before we have to start thinking about what we're going to do with him. But, oh, and he missed. Does he miss? No, he gets it. It's an 11. Yeah, he's going to just get it. The -1 is going to make it an 11. And he'll just get the strikeout of Skowron.
Swing and a miss. He struck him.
So now with 2 out and runner on first, we're getting the steal. So why not? And he steals the base.
Safe.
So runner on second, 2 out for Jim King. And this is going to be a range play. On the 3, so it goes. Okay, so I'll say so. This is an R number, so it's going to come down to the range play anyway because it's an R. S8. There would be a runner in scoring position, but center field is a 2. So let's just go through this step by step. He's a 10. He would have actually turned this into an out, but it's going to be a range play anyway. So it's an out, but a range play. So Simpson's a 2, and he fails with an 8. He does not get the home field advantage. The 11 is too big for the RP2B, so it's just going to be a base hit. So whenever you get these N's and R's, and it's a range play, in the end, it's going to come down to
let that ball get by him.
Successful or not. So the runner scores on this play. It's 5-3.
Fans who interfere with play on the field will be escorted from the stadium.
Let him try and get out of the inning with 2 outs. This is another range play? Or is this a hit by pitch? This is a hit by pitch plus 11. I can't read that. If it's a hit by pitch plus 11, then it is going to miss. And it does miss. Yeah, it is. It's a HP hit by pitch. 11 plus, I think he was a 2, is a 13. 15 is too big. Couldn't read that with the red. And now we get another RS6, but there's no runners in scoring position, so this is just going to be a base hit. And it's now first and second, 2 out. And now with a lefty up, probably should check the bullpen. Who are their lefties? They don't have a lot of lefties. They have Willie Smith. And that is it. So I guess we'll go with Willie Smith. Willie Smith's going to face Retzer. It's only the 5th, so I'm going to let Retzer bat. So we got first and second, 2 out. Smith in to try and get Retzer. And that's a blank. And that's an auto out. So he gets him fly to right. So we go top 6.
Be
Pearson,
sure to visit our concession stand.
He's leading off for the 3rd time in the game. And it's 5-3, so they're going to need some base runners. So Osteen can still face 13. And he strikes out Pearson. 1 out.
The swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Bring up Billy Moran, who is 1 for 2 in the game. And a blank. And that is a G6. So 2 out for Fregosi. And that K is going to be too big for... The 17 is too big for his K range. And we got a base hit at 6. So we do get a 2-out single for Adcock, who has already homered in this game. He's 1 for 2 with that 3-run homer. No strategy. And this is a blank. And we got an S8. Base hit. Lead runner thrown out. So we had a play, and lead runner is thrown out. So that's going to end the inning as... Fregosi is thrown out on the bases. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-3. That was costly. I guess we'll let Smith stay in until he finds some trouble. Let's see what happens. This is a possible error on a booted ball. And that's a pop to second, so 1 out, no booted ball. Osteen is up. He can still face a bunch of hitters, so he's staying in the game. And he strikes out. 2 out.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Bring up Blasingame. Lefty here. And there is a K chance that misses. And there's a fly to right. So we're going to go to the top of the 7th. And it's 5-3 Washington. And Osteen will face Thomas. And he's lefty, so that is a base hit. Straight single to center field. Runner on first. No strategy for Buck Rogers. Switch hitter batting right. Then we get a blank. And against the lefty, that's a G4. So now we got to look at the double play. And it is a double play. 10-20 on the double play.
Holy cow, what a double play!
Nice double play. 2 out. Nobody on for Simpson. He is going to strike out. That is in range. So here's the 7th inning stretch. 5-3. Smith is still out there. He's coming up next inning. Let's see if we can get him through this inning or not. Possible EB. And an infield single. There's no EB on that. It's a base hit. No strategy. Runner on first. Nobody out for Hinton. batter. See if he can. Oh, now an error on a throw. And an S4. So that's going to send third. So first and third. Nobody out for Scourin. King on deck. I'm not that familiar with their bullpen. They got some good arms down there. All right, let's go with Osinski. Let's bring in Osinski. It is first and third, nobody out. We're going to bring the infield in, and he will try and get Scourin. And that is a walk chance against a righty, but that's not going to happen. Looks like Scourin didn't walk much against righties. Even with the +3, it didn't do it. Surprised that +3 hasn't been more of an impact. There's a fly to center. His sacrifice fly roll fails. So we're going to roll on the chart, and he advances. So the sac fly makes it 6-3. Runner on first, and now we're getting a steal, and he's safe. Stolen base. Runner on second, 1 out. And Jim King is up, and this is a range play. There's a fly to right, and he's a 2, and a 3 fails, and the 8 is just going to be a single. He has no RBI.
Moving over forward, and it's past him.
Runner holds at third, first and third, 1 out. Got to bring the infield in again for Don Locke. And this is a pickoff at the ballpark. Pickoff misses, so we're going at the ballpark for a right-handed batter. And that's a fly to left. And the sacrifice fly roll is successful this time. So there's another run in there. And that will bring up Retzer. Just record that run scored. There's a K and nothing. And star 8 and out. So we go to the top of the 8th inning. Not sure it's we recorded that run. I don't remember. I am tired today. Blank. And there's a fly out, 1 out. Bring up Osinski, so we got a pinch hit for him. We need a righty. Let's see what they got on the bench. Yeah, they got a couple of possibilities. How about Lou Clinton? He will pinch hit with 1 out, nobody on. And there is a K chance that fails. And there's a line at a third, 2 out for Pearson. It's the first time he's not leading off in an inning. And a wild is a blank. And a fly to left. So we go to the... we got to get a new pitcher. What do they have coming up? They have righty, lefty, lefty. They don't really have any more lefties, though, so it doesn't matter. We'll go with... who's this? I don't even know this guy. Bob DeLiba. I don't remember him, to be honest with you, but he'll pitch to John Kennedy. Got a blank. And we got an auto out. G4. Out. Bring up Osteen. Let's let him hit. Why not? See if he can complete the game. RP. We got a range play. And on single to left, he's a 4, and he makes the play.
Takes the hit away.
2 out. Osteen almost had a hit there. Blasting game up. And this is going to be a walk with 2.
Walking. Good base on ball.
And there's at the ballpark, right-hand batter. And a G4. So we're going to go to the 9th.
Remember to get your copy of the souvenir program.
Off. Osteen trying to complete this game. He can still face 3 batters. And the first one's going to be a range play. And it's going to go to center. Locke is a 4. And he makes it with the 8.
Boy, he had to cover a lot of ground to make that grab.
It's the second home team 8. And there is 1 out for Fermosi. And that's blank. Against the lefty, that's a triple.
Digging for third. Head first slide.
So a triple. Runner on third, 1 out. Infield is going to stay back. Adcock is up. And this is a walk. That's going to be a walk, isn't it? No, he's an 8. I was looking at the right-hand pitcher's side. He's an 8, so it's not going to be a walk. So Adcock walks a lot against righties, not as much against lefties, but it's a fly to right. Sacrifice fly roll fails, and he only advances to center, so the runner has to hold. 2 out, runner on third for Thomas. Osteen is at 0, but we're going to let him try and finish. This is a range play at the ballpark. And, oh, this is a home run? Check, but lefty, he's a 0. He's a +7 with men on base, but I don't think when you're a 0, I think you only adjust for the home run for the ballpark. Let's see what the game does. But I thought when you were a 0, you didn't adjust. Yeah, you don't adjust when it's a 0, so it's not going to be a home run. And since it was a range play on a fly to left, it is a successful range play to end the game. So yeah, that's a good little lesson that you don't adjust those zeros for E&O, only for the ballpark.
Terrific play.
And that is the ball game. Washington came back in this one to win it 7-3. Great job by Osteen, pitched a complete game. And we had some interesting plays and a couple of home runs, and that is it. Washington beats LA 7-3.
And that's a perfect game.
It wasn't a perfect game, but there you go. We saved these stats. It was 3-0 LA, but then Washington got those 4 in the fourth, and they dominated from that point on. McBride takes the loss, and Adcock and King were with the home runs. All right, that's that game. Thank you for watching.